How's it going, everyone? So if you ever wanted to see what an account looked like from somebody that's been playing since day 1.0, then today's your lucky day. I'm going to be going over all the exclusive stuff that I've gotten over the years, and just generally going over the account, what date I got characters, weapons, etc. So let's get right into it. And just for full transparency, I'll actually pull up my character archive here real quick just to show you that I got Amber, which everyone gets Amber on the first day they start playing. So for me, it was September 27th, 2020. You can see right there. There's been so many small little changes, it's crazy. But here's my weapons here. We'll go over the exclusive ones in a bit, but I still don't have a 5-star catalyst yet. My artifacts, I don't really need to farm anymore. You'll learn that as time goes on. I haven't farmed for materials, Mora. I only farm specific things I need, but I don't even really spend my resin much anymore unless it's something I know that I need for a new character that I'm gonna get. I have all kinds of stuff that I'll probably never use. And, you know, they're smart at this. They always introduce new boss mats and stuff that you need to farm because people like me, well, I would never have to farm anymore. I would have no reason to whatsoever. I'd have so much stuff. So they're kind of smart at keeping players that haven't been around a while that have to farm. Haven't really been crafting any weapons, so I have a lot of those. I have so many ores and materials sometimes that when I complete the Abyss or something, it just sends it in my mail because I don't have room for stuff now. My teapot's maxed out. Got a lot of little exclusive stuff here. I'm trying to think of when I got all of these things. Some of you will remember this, especially if you are also 1.0 watching this. But some of this stuff I don't remember. I think this was 1.6 with the Klee event on the Golden Apple Archipelago. I can't even remember. This little buddy here, Endora, was 1.4 back in 2021. This was a exclusive little buddy you can get there in that Windbloom Festival. I believe that was Venti and Tartalia's first rerun. Let's go check the other ones out now. I'm not even going to try to say his name because I'll butcher it, but this little guy here, this little samurai puppet thingy, that was back in 2.2 and in Azuma. I don't even remember, it was like a dungeon event with Tartalia and like Xinyan. The good old Cloud Retainer Bird, this one was last year's anniversary rewards, and obviously this year we got the Octo Baby. Further proof, I've been playing this game 4 years. I got 4 birthday cakes. My birthday's in October, so I started in September. So my birthday was not long after I started this game. My second birthday cake, last year's. And then I got the green one not that long ago. So that's pretty cool. I got 4. And for each region too, you got the Mondstadt, Liyue, and Azuma. And now we got the Dendro one. So maybe next year I'll get a Fontaine cake. Who knows? And even the Zhao Lanterns from 1.3. Ha! I didn't even know I still had those. So for the event weapons over the year, we got the Cinnabar Spindle, defensive weapon for Albedo. Back in 2.3, we were still in Azuma when that Dragon Spine event came out. I believe this catalyst came out literally this patch, did it not? Ballad of the Boundless Blue. I believe that literally came out in 4.1. So that's pretty fresh. I didn't even bother getting all the refinement for this one. This is 3.7 because it was the TCG event in 3.7 with Charlotte when we were introduced with her. And I just didn't like TCG. Festering Desire Classic. 1.2 Dragon Spine's first update when Dragon Spine first got dropped on the map. Yeah, for those of you that didn't know that, Dragon Spine wasn't always around for us 1.0 players. That was a very memorable patch. This Claymore I know came out not that long ago. 3.5 it came out, the Windbloom. Same patch Dia came out, so it's really not that old. One of my personal favorite limited weapons we've ever gotten, Missive Wind Spear. This one aesthetically is probably my favorite that we've ever gotten. And I remember this one came out back in 3.1. Came out the same patch as Sino did, because I remember I slapped it on him when I first got it. Oathsworth, I remember that one came out in 2.5. Enkanomiya extra update when the Yaimiko dropped, because I still have it on my Yaimiko. I never fully refined it though because I didn't really care for that patch. I felt like it was very filler. But I wish I would have completed it though because it's a pretty solid weapon. Old Dota Coattails, never even touched this one. This is Klee's signature weapon that you could get in 1.6, the very first Golden Apple Archipelago. Forget Alloy sometimes in the game, but this is her signature weapon that I got back in 2.1. And because I'm on PS5, I got it the same patch as the Raiden Shogun and Kokomi were introduced. So got to snag it and Alloy a patch early, which no one even uses anyway. Oh yes, the Luxurious Sea Lord. This one also came out in 2.1, that same patch as Alloy. And I remember we had a big Inazuma event during that. It was a pain in the ass to get this, but I haven't really used it because I have decent 5-star claymores, but Solid weapon, actually. It's too bad that it's limited. Kind of been slacking on the name cards, not gonna lie, for somebody that has almost every character. I should probably have more of these. Got a few wishes saved up for Chlorinde, so you can see I'm ready to go. I plan on making a 1.0 video in the near future, but I can't believe how big the map has gotten. Like, imagine no Dragon Spine, no Chasm, it's just Mondstadt and Liyue. That's what we had. There was no markers on the map that told you where, you know, the Geoculus and Anoculus were. And Jean, I've recently started a new account where I'm just going through the story slowly, and Jean, her clothes are different in the main cutscenes. They've changed a lot of stuff, and even Paimon's dialogue's a little bit different, it seems. I'm not a fan. I like the original. As for characters, well, like I said, Amber was my first character on day 1, and Ning Wong was the first ever 4-star that I got just from pulling on a banner. And then Jean is the first 5-star I got. And I did accumulate a few 5-stars pretty early on because, well, I did drop a couple $100 on this game. I was pretty addicted and I was hooked right away. And I wanted a couple 5-stars. Back then, we only had Venti in the standards. What a time to play. And the meta didn't even exist. I never pulled on Venti and I didn't understand how banners work, so I got him on his rerun in 2021. But Klee is the first 5-star I've ever pulled that was exclusive, and I pulled her on the 10th of October apparently in 2020. So yeah, that was the first 5-star I ever gotten. Albedo and then Ganyu and the rest kind of followed. It's hard to believe how long, like, some of us have been playing this game. It was, even though the game's the best it's ever been right now with all the areas you can explore, like, having just the map brand new and people didn't know what was what, it made the game more exciting because, like, we were all learning together. No one built characters right, there was no meta, you know, every little thing exploration wise was like new and unique. Fighting a world boss was somewhat challenging. Now it's like, if you're not beating the Abyss in like a minute, it's just pathetic. Like, it's just totally different game, and it really puts into perspective just how long some of us have been playing this game. Hell, I didn't even have any kids when I started playing this game. Now I got a 2.5-year-old and a 3-month-old. It's crazy. Because I've been playing so long, with the exception of new 4-stars, I have all C6'd on the pretty much a 4-star that's been out for at least 6 months to over a year. I have all the constellations for the most part. And most of my characters, as you can see, are leveled past 80 or 70, except for ones I don't even use. So that's why I don't really need any mats anymore. Like, I have so much stuff because I just don't need most of them anymore until new characters come out. But I have more on mats than I'll ever need anymore. You'll hit a point in that game when you play long enough. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just something different. I wanted to showcase my 1.0 account. I don't even know how many of us are left out there. I'm sure there's some, but I know a lot of people. It's crazy to me that somebody started playing this game like in 4.0. Like, you get to just explore the entire map right away. It's probably overwhelming. But anyways, that's it for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, we'll see you in the next one. Later.